Good morning and welcome back to my channel. One of the questions I get asked on a regular basis, if I had to take one lure, what would that be? So for me it's quite a simple thing. If I had to choose one lure to take to any venue, in fact in the world, I would probably choose a Gary Yamamoto Senko. The reason for the Senko is that it's just so versatile. This bait can be fished in so many different styles. So no matter where you are and what you got to be doing, there's a way to rig a Senko to make and to get the bass to bite. So obviously they come in different sizes. They start off at a little 3-inch, a 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch and a 7-inch. So I think, yeah, if I had to choose one particular size out of all those different size variations, I would more than likely choose a 5-inch. But the 5-inch for me is definitely the most versatile. It can be fished in so many different ways. I most obviously primarily fish it weightless, but I mean I've Texas rigged it with a light little tungsten on the head. I've put a heavy tungsten on and pitched it into the cover. I've wacky rigged it, Nika rigged it. There's just so many variations. You can fish it on a Carolina rig. Other than that, yeah, it's definitely the bait that produces the most amount of fish in difficult situations. Whenever there's a high pressure situation where the fish are under a bit of pressure, a Senko is never going to let you down. It's probably one of the most copied baits in the world, where so many different bait companies have tried to copy a Senko, and yet with today's technology there's not a single company out there that's managed to match it. So that says something for Gary Yamamoto. So obviously when he formulated this bait, and you know, the plastisol that they use and how they manufacture these baits is second to none. I mean, it's just got an unbelievable fall. It's actually just got this awesome shimmer, and it's 100% perfect every single time. So I mainly fish it on 8-pound fluorocarbon. That seems to work for me, and I'm basically fishing that on a NRX Plus 893 rod. It's a 7.5 foot, 12 to 16 pound. It's got a nice fast action tip. It's got a lot of backbone in the lower part of the rod, and a very nice soft tip on the front. So fishing the 8-pound line is not a problem. With this rod, it obviously allows me to make a very long cast, which really is the best way to fish a Senko, on a long cast and a slack line. Fish just cannot resist it. So it's really a bait that will never ever let you down, and put lots of fish in the boat. Or if you're fishing off a bank, I mean, it's going to catch you a lot of fish. I'm using a Shimano Metanium XG, the MGL series. I'm using a high-speed gear ratio for this, for one reason only. When you're making such a long cast, and the fish does pick up the Senko and it swims off very quickly, it's nice to be able to catch up with the fish before setting the hook. So that's a big plus for me. When it comes to hook sizes, on a 5-inch Senko I generally use a 3.0, and it's a nice gaped hook. So you don't want an oversized hook on the Senko. You don't want to undersize it because you're going to have short strikes. So 3.0 for me works best, a wide gap. And that seems to work very nicely. But yeah, just the way the Senko works, I mean, with the salty impregnation, I mean, the fish just simply can't resist it. I've seen in so many different situations where most of the baits just have stopped producing fish, and if you put a weightless Senko into the same area, you will get that bite every single time. So yeah, it's definitely something that I would have in your box. There's so many different color variations. The one of my favorites is the amber laminate. But I've caught so many fish on the green pumpkin, the 3L1, the June bug, the black, you know, Africa special. There are just so many variations of the Senko. But what I suggest you guys do is go and get yourself a packet and give them a go. And I promise you right now, you will not be disappointed.